Okay, everybody. Everybody knows the little ditty that I play. I'm wanting to take that. Everyone seems to like, I guess, the structure of that little ditty. Um, but I wanna do something different with it. Sometimes we can build on what we've already done. So I want to kind of do that, but I want to take it in a different direction. If you watch the ditty, it's okay. Well, the root is the same as it's the same root structure. So if I come here and I'm just toying with the idea. Again, tonight, guys, I did not turn off this microphone. I want one more night with the mics. And just to refresh what we went over last week, I'll turn this mic off. I did make one more slight adjustment. So anyone that was here for Sunday, you could tell me if you hear the difference. I'm going to turn this one off. Everybody likes Robert Palmer. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. It is show and tell night. So let me open up the chat window. You guys are laughing at me for playing Robert Palmer, I'm sure. You know, that's a song I would really like to redo. I think that would be a really cool song. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I hear it in my little squirrel brain. I'm like, that would be a cool remake song. All right, to kind of go over some things. We made quite a bit of progress this week. If you go back and watch the stream, we did a review on an Ibanez Iceman. And Devastator sent the guitar in. And it's about a $450 price point guitar. And we found some issues with it. We found there was a couple high frets on the guitar. And the stock pickups were so-so at best. So I want to show you the guitar now. I have not fixed the body damage on the guitar, and I have not filled the old tuner holes. I wanted to make sure all the wiring and everything on the guitar was right before I disassemble it again and redo the finish on the back and attempt to repair the headstock. So let me grab the guitar real quick. So I'm going to open up my other window and I'm going to attempt to get a close-up view of this. My other camera is showing off the amplifiers. Here's the amplifier today. And just to quickly go over it, we have a left and right channel with two SM57s on the PV greenback cabinet. The stand to the left that's basically blocking the SM57 on the left, that has one SE7 microphone, and that is off axis just to the edge of the cabinet, about 3 foot back. Then on the right hand side, you see a 1XA microphone, and that is off axis again to the right edge of the cabinet, and it is about 4 foot back. And that's how we have the cabinet mic'd this evening. Just for those that wanted to know some of the differences. So this guitar has planet tone pickups on it. And if you go back, I want you to go back and look at the stream. You can see the copper winding. It's pretty cool. It's got a clear case top bobbin piece on it. So let me get it in there. You can kind of see the bridge pickup has more of a coppery color than the neck pickup. So there's definitely a different wire that they're using in there. Okay. And I have installed push pulls on both pickups, and then this is a tone. Okay. And if you look in there, I have chose to use an oil capacitor. Okay. Now, since we're splitting the coils, okay, on this guitar, I have elected not to use a .047. This is a .033. And the reason for that is when the coils are split, the 033 will still act reasonable when it's in single coil mode, and it'll act reasonable when it's in humbucker mode. I had a problem with the guitar. When I first put the pickups in it, it was pretty noisy. And I'm sitting there going, okay, what's going on? So there's several different ways that you can wire this configuration. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try a different wiring configuration. So I tried a different wiring configuration, and it was still noisy. And this has the shielded cable coming in, the shield trick that I use. And then all the other wires are shielded as well. So I was kind of like, okay, there's something going on here. And at first I thought the pickups were bad, because if I tapped on the pickups, it would go quiet. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And it would be dead quiet. Then I'd shake the guitar a little bit and the noise would come back. And I'm like, oh, I got a bad connection somewhere. So I go through, I'm jiggling all the little wires. I mean, I did all the soldering. I'm like, okay, there must be something. Well, I always put a piece of shrink tubing over my braided wires when it exits the cable, and I tin it all the way up. So I'm like, okay, it's not that. So I opened up the three-way switch, okay, and there was a Hong box switch in there. And as soon as I put my finger on the metal, the hum went away. So the factory Hong switch was okay as long as we ran it in humbucker mode, okay? As soon as you put it in single coil mode, there was no shielding. It was losing ground. It had a metal plate with two little pins on either side that went over and grounded on the top. And when you'd push on the back of the case, it would make a positive ground. I could have just soldered that together and bridged the connection. That would have fixed it. There's really no sense in doing all this and leaving that box switch in there. So I put a switchgraph switch in it, and you can very click, 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 very clicky. But we also have a pure tone jack in this guitar. So I definitely want to play it. I think you guys are going to like it. It's one of these guitars, Now, I was telling Devastator, it's kind of shocking. In humbucker mode, it's quite ballsy. But when you switch it over to single coil mode, you can get some pretty cool sounds out of it. It almost turns into like a full-blown Strat. It has some Stratty sounds. Very open, very airy sounding. We're going to start out just demoing it, the Pure Tone pickups. I believe this is the Aggressor, and I think you said this was a 59. If I'm incorrect on that, Devastator, can you please put that in the chat, what the actual pickups are? I think it's an Aggressor and a 59. So we're going to start out in our bridge position, and I have elected to put the bridge down. Some people put the bridge up. To me, that seems backwards. I don't know, bridge down. I wired it. Bridge, sorry, I was in the center position. Yeah, Johnny, it's Devastator's Iceman or Iceman. We just put he's gonna have to put in there what they are now. Planet Tone pickups in it. I believe an Aggressor and a 59, and he put Grover tuning keys on it. I'm still working on it. We did a full fret level and redressing on this guitar. So this is the bridge mode. This is the guitar and bridge. It's quite ballsy. Now let's go over to the center position. And just in case anyone's curious, we're playing through the Friedman DX, the BEDLX. So let's go up to our neck position. Now we're gonna split the coils, okay? And you're gonna notice it instantly gets very thin. It is very stratty. It might help. Let me go through the settings without this mic on. So those are the single coil settings on the guitar. Let me make a change right here, guys. Let me make a quick change. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing. We're going to start out in the bridge position. This is humbucker mode. So what do you guys think? And I have the action set really, really, really low on this guitar. I think I'm going to raise it a little bit. I do hear just a little buzz when I definitely strike it hard. I don't think it's too bad. I kind of like the pickups. I think these pickups would do good in our guitar giveaway. I really do. I think this would be a surprising pickup combination for that particular setup. I like it. I like the sound of it. It to me, it sounds good. It's got a large change in sound back and forth. Yes, but does it chug? I guess. Let's try chugging. Probably be better if I turned off this mic. You guys can be the judge on whether or not it chugs. I really do like these tuners. Iron Maiden. I used to know a couple Iron Maiden songs. I haven't played that stuff in probably over 30 years, Billy, to be honest with you. I used to know probably one or two of their songs. I never learned anything by them all the way through. That was one of those bands when I was out playing bars. It just took too long to learn their music. There were so many changes, a lot of changes in their music. And we had a really simple saying, keep it simple, stupid. And if you couldn't learn the song, after 3 or 4 times of playing it, it was dropped. It just didn't make sense to learn these long, drawn-out songs. There were so many good songs that you could learn and play and go out and have fun. We played a couple, songs, but we played Comfortably Numb. And that song has quite a few changes to remember, especially when you don't play it every weekend. So that was about as far as we went. We really did try to play simple things. We can plug it into the other amplifier too, guys, just so you can hear the difference for like a reference. But I think the pickups and the guitar sound good. The intonation is out just a little bit when I put the guitar back together. I am going to re-intonate it. So these are sacrificial strings on the guitar. They're just put on it just to test it for me to get an idea of what's going on with the guitar. It didn't have too many harmonics. The harmonics didn't want to come out on the guitar originally. It seems to be doing a lot better now with this action height and these pickups.
Steve.
Yeah.
Turn my mic on.
Your mic's on.
Steve said, Avery, can you play Kenny Rogers?
Kenny Rogers. I don't think I ever learned it. Kenny Rogers, it's not like they were playing complicated country music. His stuff was pretty simple as far as structure. I'm sure I could learn a Kenny Rogers. I don't know one off the top. I can't even think of a Kenny Rogers song off. I listen to Kenny Rogers. That's what's funny. I can't think of any of his songs off the top of my head. Like I said, guys, if the band didn't play it, I don't know it. I didn't sit down and learn other people's music. I really didn't. I've always been a component of the. I hate to. It sounds horrible. I see these guys. They want to learn a song note for note and play it exactly like the artist. And they do a lot of artists that way, and they're really good at it. The drawback is they just start sounding like everybody else. I think if you look back at artists that were just really good, that kind of when you heard them, you're like, oh, that's this guy. They had a unique sound and a unique way of playing. And even if they played someone else's song, they still put their spin on it. You could think of that goes for so many artists that I can't think of them all. Guns N' Roses, Slash, that guy has a way of playing that was like that. Slow Hand, I just know he was called Slow Hand. You're all going to laugh. I can't pull his name. Everything that man played in that genre, even if it was a cover or a remake, you could tell. Eric Clapton, that's who it was. You could tell it was Eric Clapton. those type of artists, they have a sound and a way of playing. You don't necessarily have to be a blistering fast guitar player to be a great guitar player. Some of these guys are just great guitar players because of the way they influence the strings on their bends. And I really, that's something that I try to do, even if I am playing fast or faster than I normally play. I'm not a fast guitar player, but I really do try to add something to it. I just don't want to play a bunch of notes fast. There's a lot of guys on YouTube and a lot of artists that can do that. To me, it just needs something else. It needs I'm not going to say melody because that sounds so harsh. You got to put something in there to keep someone's attention. If all you're doing is playing fast, odds are the average person is going to click off of you in less than a minute, and the guitar player might hang on for 2 or 3 minutes and listen to you. But at some point, you've got to kind of do something that's going to pull you in and go, oh, that's interesting, or that was different. And I try to do that even with my simplistic playing. I'm watching the chat move. You guys are chatting a lot. Am I missing anything? Yeah, Tony Iommi, Randy Rhoads, Jakey Lee. You know, Jakey Lee, everyone said Jakey Lee when he was in Ozzy Osbourne. That, you know, a lot of people didn't like it. I know Ozzy didn't keep him. I thought that was I thought that was a great Ozzy album with Jakey Lee. I thought he did great. That's just me. But as far as Randy Rhoads, I kind of like Randy Rhoads and Quiet Riot. I mean, everyone plays that one song that he did. I just, maybe I've just heard it so much I'm kind of burned out on it. What is it, Crazy Train? The one guitar player I played in the band, that's all, he just loved Crazy Train. You know, I'm like, wow. It was like going into the bar and give me 3 steps. Everyone, hey, play Give Me 3 Steps, you know. Or what was the other? CCR. A lot of people used to yell out CCR. Some of those songs were just so overplayed that even today, I'm kind of like, I just don't want to hear it. And what's sad is there's so many good songs that don't get any airplay now. There was a tremendous amount of great songs. And I would say from 75 to 95. I would say that was the 20-year, I'm going to say sweet spot. Maybe that's just because of my age. If you ask someone that's younger, they might say it was from 95 to 2005 or something. I don't know. I just thought mid-late 70s up into the late 90s, I would say was some of the really different thinking, different approach type thing. The only band that I can think of right now that has done that, and I can't listen to them that much, is Polyphia. The style, I respect what they do, but the style, it becomes redundant. And maybe that's cool, because the other night I was saying, when certain things come on, you recognize them, like Rush. When one of their songs come on, you know it's Polyphia, because of the sound and the cadence and the way that people play in the band. I just can't. I can listen to 2 or 3 songs, then after that I'm like, okay, that's enough. I got to listen to something else. I don't know if you guys feel that way about them. I respect what they do. It's just something about it. I think their first big hit, their first album, was much better than their second one. That's just me. Well, I guess it would be technically their second album. The first one was kind of low label. I don't know. Go back and listen to the second one. I think they did better on that one. This one just seems like an extension where they're just kind of show off that particular technique. But that's cool. I have no room to judge those guys because I'm not near that talented. I'm just, for something that I'll listen to going down the road, I can't do more than 3 of their songs. Leonard Skinner, I used to be a Skinner fan. Anymore, again, that's one of those bands that just got played so much because I was in the bar scene, and I don't know. I like them. I just can't listen to them anymore. That's just me. No one, no one hit unsubscribe over that. It's just, I think I've just heard them. And then the first 2 years I was in a band, they played a lot of Leonard Skinner because that's the bars we were playing at the time. That's, you had to play that CCR, and we played a couple of Molly Hatchet tunes. They liked that style of music. They were biker bars, and that's what you played.
Devastator said, Avery, can we get a close-up of the tuning heads?
Yeah. That's the back of the tuning heads, and you can see the old holes that we don't have filled in yet. I think they're kind of cool. They're big. But the big thing that I feel about these, I don't install Grovers that much. It's been a long time. Whether I'm on the low E or the high E, it feels exactly the same. I mean, literally, they feel exactly the same. The smoothness, the tension when I turn it, it feels exactly the same. These are really nice tuners. It's not a tuner that I would buy, okay? But I can respect how good they are. They don't slip. And the big thing is I don't feel any pressure difference. It's just butter smooth, and there's no zero. When I say zero, there's zero slop in these Grover tuners. I don't know what he paid for these. I know they were expensive. These are not cheaper. You know, Grover makes cheaper tuners too. These are not the cheap Grovers. These are pretty expensive Grovers. And guys, remember, every company makes a lower end product and a higher end product. Some people, oh, Grovers, buy ratios. Well, you can buy good Grovers. You can buy good Hipshot. Hipshot makes some inexpensive tuners too, and they're still good tuners. But you can't compare, let's say, a budget Hipshot, like a $50 Hipshot set of tuners, to a set of $140 ratio tuners. That's not fair. But if you compare a high-end Hipshot tuner to the ratios, I think they're equivalent. You get what you pay for. You really do.
Devastator said he paid $72, but they were supposed to be $97.
Yeah, these are nice tuners. I do. And a lot of that feel, I think, is the paddle. It's so big on this. I can get my thumb. See my thumb? When I turn it, there's a lot of paddle there. So I think part of that is less resistance feel is from the oversized paddle on the tuner. At first I was like, that's kind of big. But on this headstock, it actually fits in really good with that headstock. Now seeing it like this, I can't see it with the factory tuners on. This looks so much better with these tuners. Before, the headstock looked like it was long, and the tuner pegs out here just kind of looked small compared to the long headstock. Now it looks proportionate. See that? To me, that looks proportionate. I like it. And I like the pickups. I like the color of the pickups with the clear bobbin. That's pretty cool. So it's all wired up. And again, guys, let me do one thing here. I'm going to set the guitar on the stand, and we're going to plug it into the Yamaha just so you guys can hear the difference. So plug it into the Yamaha. All I have to do is mute those because it's going to make a hum when I unplug it from the tuner. Ooh. I'm definitely still going to have to go over and and hit the power button. Hold on. So let's fire up the old Yamaha. You plug it into the tuner here. and I'll pull up the app on the Yamaha, make sure it connects, and it looks like it has. Okay, I have not checked the input on the Yamaha, so let me go over that. We're going to start out in the bridge position. Yamaha. Sounds like we need to tune. Let me quit. So that's the bridge position, and we're going to switch up to our center position, which is both pickups. All right, let's go up to our neck position. It sounds completely different in this amplifier. That's why I want to demonstrate it in both amplifiers. We're still trying to figure out how to mic. I should have probably just ran the IR on that one tonight, but I'm like, what the heck? Let's mic it again. So let's switch over. I really want to show you guys. Well, first I want to show you the single coil. So we're going to go single coil in the bridge position. So that's single coil in the bridge position. I've got them both pulled out. So this would be this pickup, okay, the clear bobbin. So it's the outer coils, okay. Let's go up, and this would just be the black coil in the neck. It's different. Let's go down to a crunch setting. So that's single coil. Now here's humbucker and crunch. Let's go down to our center position. Now let's split it, and this is going to be the two outer coils. This is just going to be the open bobbin coil right here, single coil.
Jupe said no truss rod cover.
I haven't put anything back in it yet, Jupe. We're still kind of making adjustments on the guitar. I'm not too sure that I'm going to leave the settings where they are. So truss rod cover is usually the last thing I put on it. Right now, there's absolutely no relief in the neck. And I have it set to, believe it or not, it's 0.06 on the 12th on the low E, and 0.05 on the high E. So it's actually kind of a low action. I like it. Let's go down to a clean channel. Let me see what I'm peaking here. I wish I could change the height on this. Oh, I can. Ooh, look at that. I really like the setting, the clean on these pickups. They do really well. So this guitar has about 15 minutes of playtime on these strings. So let's play with our tone knob a little bit.
Jupe says, what's the neck profile? Is it thick, thin, in between? Devastator said like a wizard, just a little thicker.
Yeah, it's a little thicker than a wizard neck. You can go back and look at we did measure the neck on the review, Jupe. It's comfy. It's not a thick neck, but it's not wizard thin either, like the super duper thin necks. This is normally what I like as far as the thickness. To me, this feels right to me. So it's very similar to my RGA Ibanez as far as the profile. It's extremely similar to that. And it's more of I'm going to say it's more of a D shape than a C shape. So it doesn't have that big concave in the back. It's quite comfy. Center position. This is where I think the center position in this guitar is like stupid good. It's got a really nice center sound. When you split the coil on it, okay, you go on the outer. I really like the center position in it, more than any other position. Okay, let's go up to our neck. We're in humbucker mode. So that's humbucker. Let's split the coil. You can hear it's very articulate. I really like when it splits, it sounds like a single coil, and then when you push it in, it instantly gets that thick humbucker sound. When I split it, humbucker. You can hear it. All right, let's go to our bridge, and we're going to do humbucker. Now when I split it, it's definitely a full split. If you go back and you watch the guitar Jupe sent me that went to Devastator's daughter, we put guitar head pickups in that, and we did coil splits on that. That, I'm pretty sure they had tapped the second coil about a third of the way in. So it was still noise canceling, but it didn't sound like a single coil. When the way this one is done, you are getting true separation. It's a true single coil. They haven't tapped it a third of the way into the second wind. Okay. I like both. Okay. This is going to give you some stratty sounds along with the humbucker sounds. So I think it's all in how you set up your amp, but there's a lot of versatility in these pickups. I kind of like them. This is my first experience with Planet Tone pickups. So hopefully Jupe likes them.
Jupe?
Not Jupe. Devastator likes them. You know, I know he put them in another guitar that he had. It was preloaded pick guard. So hopefully this demonstration's kind of give him an idea of what he can expect out of the pickup. If I go back up to the high gain setting, I'm pretty sure he'll be playing most of this in high gain. This is the Yamaha. Take some of the gain out. it's got a mean sound to it. I like them. Like I said, I've never played these pickups, but I think we have it wired to where he can pretty much get any sound that he wants out of them. There's not much more you could do as far as the electronics. It's all double shielded. It's Barnes push pulls in it, and it has a CTS tone pot, pure tone output jack, and a Switchcraft switch right here with the Planet Tone pickups and Grovers. So I think he's going to be in good shape. This should make him a solid instrument. It is 500,000% better than it was in its stock form. Much more articulate in the clean and much more articulate in all the other settings. I like them. It's different. I like playing people's guitars. You know, one, I kind of get to live precariously through the other person when they do modifications. This is a pickup combination that I'm going to remember. I think that this would be a really good pickup combination for any Les Paul style guitar, even the Gretsch. I was telling Linnell, I think this would be two great pickups to put in the Gretsch. Although the pickups in the Gretsch are actually pretty good for stockers. But to take the Gretsch to the next level, I think these would be a pretty good choice. I really like the upper neck. I didn't pay attention to the chat. I think he said that was a 59. I really like the upper pickup. In the Gretsch, I would probably go with something a little less attacky on the bridge. I don't know what that'd be. I'm not that familiar with the company. But I definitely think the bridge pickup would be a good fit in the Gretsch. It's bitey, but at the same time, it's very smooth sounding. And that's all dependent on what kind of music that you're playing. So, next item on the list. How long have we been on? Oh, you know what? It is Vox time. If you're new here, that means we're going to take a break. Please go down, hit the thumbs up button. Please consider subscribing. I work my tail off, and I know Devastator does too, over on the Discord channel, keeping that straight. I'm always working on guitars, your all's guitars mainly, and occasionally we get other guitars in. But right now, it's been your all's guitars, and it takes a lot of effort to get set up to do the stream and then do the demos on the before and afters. If you guys would, please go back and watch the original guitar review on the Iceman. It's a detailed review. You get to hear what the guitar sounded like in its stock form. But we check everything. We check the frets. We check the tuners. We look at the electronics. We go over the guitar really well. So if you're thinking about purchasing an Ibanez Iceman Paul Stanley signature model, please go over and check out that review. Again, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing. And if there's something that you want to ask about the Iceman on anything that I did on the push-pulls or the tone or anything like that, or the fret level that we did on it, you can please post a comment during the break and I'll touch base on it when we come back from break. When we come back from break, I want to go over this month's guitar giveaway. So it's going to be over the next 6 weeks. We are giving a guitar away. It is a Gretsch. Awesome guitar. So I want to show you all, if you're new, hang in there. You're going to get to see the giveaway guitar. Everyone's able to enter to win the guitar. It's free. And what you got to do to enter for the guitar is free. You don't have to pay anything. So hang in there. We'll show you the giveaway guitar, and then we have Linnell's new gig case that she bought. She bought it for a particular guitar, but you know, sometimes things don't always work out the way we think. But I do want to show you the case. It is a kick butt case. I think you guys might be interested in this. This is more like a soft case.
I think they're discontinued. That one anyway.
Oh, are they discontinued? Oh, well, it might be. You may have to look at a different model. I don't consider it a gig bag because if you hold the one end, it doesn't fold over. It stays straight out. It's stiff like a case, but it's padded like a gig bag. So it's kind of like in between. All right, guys, go get something to drink, hit the restroom, make a sandwich. We take a 5-minute break, and when we come back, we'll go over the giveaway guitar and the bag. And one other item that I want to go over for Thursday night's live review and show and tell. All right, guys, thank you so much. And we'll be right back. Well, I won't say after these words because we really don't have a sponsor. But I do need to look for the right window. Hey, all right, guys. I see somebody I want to give a plug to, guys, and I want you guys to go check out the channel, Blue Mock. He gets on, I think it's Guitar Universe, and those guys do some jamming, and it's pretty interesting what they do over there. So if you guys have not checked out the channel and those guys getting together and jamming on backing tracks, it's quite interesting. So if he wants to put the name of the channel in the chat, please do so. And maybe Linnell can punch it up and do a link to one of the videos or something, or Devastator. I think Devastator's definitely able to post a link to their channel over there. It's pretty interesting. So free plug to those guys over there. Okay, first order of business. There he is. There's the man just posted. Please put the name of the channel up there and we can get a link to the channel, man, because it's pretty cool to watch those guys. You get a face with the name. So now when I see the name, I can see his face. I can see him playing. It's pretty cool. I like that. All right, guys, I want to go over the guitar giveaway. Here's the new guitar giveaway. Okay. And if you want to enter to win this beautiful guitar, there's only 2 stipulations. Okay. It doesn't cost you a penny. It's absolutely free this time, just like last time and the time before. It's free. You have to be publicly subscribed to this channel, and you have to go to the link Devastator posted for Discord and go into the giveaway room, the guitar giveaway room, and say, please enter me in to the guitar giveaway. And if your name is different on Discord than it is on YouTube, please put your YouTube name in with your post. That way we know who you are on YouTube. So right here is the guitar giveaway. It's a beautiful Gretsch. And if you want to hear this guitar, please go check out our review. Go to the channel, click not on videos, click on live. Okay, because we do a lot of live reviews on this channel. A lot of people, oh, you haven't posted anything in a long time. We post at least 2 videos a week, sometimes 3 or 4, but they're usually live. Okay. For me, the live just works better. It seems to be more entertaining for everyone. It's more engaging. And you know 100% what I see as I'm doing it, as I'm doing the review. So go check out the review on this beautiful instrument. This is the purple. It's a fantastic guitar. Plays fantastic. The frets are fantastic. Everyone knows that, you know, we started YouTube reviewing, let's say, $400 and under guitars. This is a budget guitar killer. And when I say that we have a lot of guys in the channel that like budget guitars. Before you buy $300 in a Firefly, because that's what it's going to cost you by the time you ship it, don't and buy this. Far better guitar, far better finish, better pickups, better fretwork, better tuners. It's a better guitar for $319. My last Firefly cost me $325 to my door. And guess what? It had the world's worst bridge in it, and I had to spend another $150 for a bridge to fix it. And I still got crappy tuners. So there's another 50 bucks. With this guitar, you can play it right out of the box. It does not need tuners, and it really doesn't need pickups. These pickups are better than what Firefly comes with stock. Pickups are taste. You may not like them, but at 319 bucks, you can definitely put a little cash in this and make it your own. Especially if you win it, since it'll be free. So you could put a set of pearly gates in this and still only have $230 on it. That's a pretty good deal. So remember, you have to be publicly subscribed. So go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go over to Discord and say, yes, please put me in to win the Gretsch. Beautiful guitar. And I already have my eye on the next guitar. And I tell you what, if I can work a deal with them, the next guitar is going to be cool too. We gotta keep cool guitar giveaways. You know, something different. This is a beautiful guitar. Look at the binding on it, and it's almost blue like that, and then kind of goes purple.
200 or 300?
Look how it shifts from purple to blue. We were one of the first channels. Actually, I think we were the first channel to review this guitar.
Was it 200 or 300?
I think this guitar was $319. I think $319 is the map price on this guitar. Now they have a $200 model of this, okay, and it has a little cheaper pickup in it, okay. And I did look at it, okay. I just thought for an extra $100 that I like this one a little better, okay. I thought the fretwork was just a little better on it. It was well worth the extra $100, in my opinion, playing both of them. But if you want a budget one, that's $200. You know, reach out. Again, I have to put a plug out to Shenandoah Music in Winchester, Virginia. That's where the guitar come from, and that's the arrangement that I have with them. Okay. I got 10% off on the guitar, so you guys can already calculate what I had to pay for it. So 10% off of $319. That's what I paid. And for that, I just have to say the guitar came from Shenandoah. Reach out to them. They have this guitar in stock right now, along with the $200 ones in a couple different colors. They make a model above this that has some freaking awesome pickups in it. They're called foils, the foil pickups, and I believe that one's $499. Okay, and it comes with I think it's 20-to-1 tuners on it. That guitar needs nothing, but they are foil pickups, so they have a certain sound. It's a Gretsch sound. So if you're into that, reach out to them. You can get one of those. But this one rocks, and it also does some nice, good, clean sounds as well. So that's this giveaway. So hit the subscribe button, go over to Discord, and enter to win. And if you want more information on this guitar and you want to hear what it sounds like, we will play it. But please go to the main channel, go to the live, and then scroll down till you see the review on this guitar. We do a highly detailed review on this guitar. All the information you could possibly want to know about it is in that review. Okay. And yes, I do know that we have questions for Discord. We are getting there. Next, Linnell bought a case for her Jackson, because when you spend $1,500 on a Jackson, they give you a dust bag.
Well, I was hoping it would fit the Jackson.
Yeah. Jackson, love the guitar. Your gig bag is very thin and with no padding. Spend $1,500 on a neck-through Jackson. We need something more than what you did. Other than that, the guitar is awesome. So here it is. It's called a gig blade. And it is stiff. So, see, if I hold this thing out, it doesn't bend. So it's got a solid sheet of polystyrene in here, which is basically 1/8 inch plastic, okay, that goes all the way up through. It actually has another sheet of polystyrene on this side. It has a little padding on this side and padding on the inside. It's got a huge zipper that goes from here all the way down, so this is all a zipper. And you're like, well, why would I want something like that? Your mic stand. Okay, you can put your collapsible mic stand right here in this long cavity. You can put all kinds of stuff in there. Look at how big that is. It's huge. Then on this side, you've got the little hooks here. Okay? And you've got the carry strap. You've got a handle. All right. Now we're going to look at the inside of this guy. It's oh, and there's another little compartment right here, which kind of hides. So that's a long, narrow compartment on the back side of the guitar. Gig bag. The zippers on this bag are stupid nice. This has got the best zipper I've ever felt on a gig bag. So on the other side, we have a big zipper here. We're going to unzip it all the way down. We're going to check out the inside of this monster. It's like a regular case. It's about 1.5 inches thick padding right here. Okay? And then it has these fold sheets built in. It is a really, really nice bag. It's got feeties on the bottom. And again, it's the zippers. It just feels like a really high quality. I mean, the full map price on this is $150. So you can buy a regular case for the same money. Now, they gave us a deal on this. What'd you pay for this, honey?
$129.
$129 is what she paid for it. But I have bad news. If you have a guitar with a reverse headstock, you might have a problem. And her Jackson, actually, her Jackson has a regular headstock. I think a reverse headstock would fit in this better, okay, because of the way it's made. But her Jackson, the way the tip is, it sticks out just a little bit. So it does fit all her other guitars. So she may end up using this for the gym, which fits. I'm sure the Chapman will fit in it. But everything about this thing, guys, look at how thick that is. It's all double and triple stitched. Groove Gear is the manufacturer. And it's called a Gig Blade Silver. So it's probably the nicest gig bag I think I've ever seen. And like I said, it's a hard piece of plastic in here, and it doesn't fold. You guys can see that. So it's more of a soft case than it is like a gig bag. We'll call this a soft case. But that's our new case. Gig Blade. Okay, I think that's the end of show and tell. Let's go over to our Discord, and we do have some interesting things over in Discord, guys. Let me hit maximize here, and I'm going to open up the Discord page.
That case, I'll never look at it the same because, you know, apparently it resembles the Fender headstock.
Oh my gosh. You guys are bad. Okay. I want you guys to I want you to look at this. This was posted by, I believe, Kurt. I just did the wrong window. So there we go. This was posted by Kurt. If you don't know, this is called the Shark Neck System. I did look at it, and all I can say is the engineering and the tolerances on this is stupid. It is extremely complicated. This is a very highly engineered. I mean, the precision and the tolerances to do what they're doing. So if you're unfamiliar with this, basically, you can replace the frets. When the frets get worn out, you just pop another fret in. You can change your fret height, okay, with a tool that you stick in the side of the neck. You can crank up your fret height. So you use a straight edge, you level the fretboard itself, and then you can use a straight edge to raise or lower your frets. So technically speaking, you could, okay, if you want a very smooth playing guitar, okay, you could have a low fret height right here on your first fret and gradually increase your fret height to where it acted like a scalped fretboard towards the end. Of course, all the frets would still have to be perfectly straight, but you're increasing the height. Just like you could do that, or you could do the exact opposite, or you could play with a low fret height for 6 months and go, you know what, I want to crank the fret height up. So all the fret height is adjustable and the frets pop out. So if you want to, let's say you want to put stainless steel frets on it. You just order stainless steel frets. There's 2 mechanisms that click, the fret pops out. You put stainless steel frets on it. You could put nickel frets on it. You could put titanium frets on it. Okay? The one drawback is your fret width has to stay the same. There's only so much you can do. So what they've done is they've milled a pocket in the neck, and the mechanism sits down in it. It has 2 cams. And these cams raise and lower the fret. The only thing I see with it is I service guitars, and I see the goo that gets built up right on the edge of the fret from you sweating and playing and dead skin cells. They build up there, okay? That guitar, the fret has to be able to move in the neck back and forth for the mechanism. Over time, I can see that slight crack. Now, granted, that's a very tight tolerance they're using. I can see that getting a lot of goo and gunk down in that neck. My next thing is there's a lot of moving parts in there. There's a lot of cams. It's complicated. Do I think it's cool? Yes, I 100% think it's cool. Is it something that we're ever going to see in regular guitars? I doubt it. There's just too many parts. I look at that and I think of what Dave Kaler said about my favorite tremolo, and that was the 2700 Killer. Too many parts, too expensive to manufacture, no one wants to pay for it. When I see that, I see the exact same thing. You can actually change the neck of the guitar as well. There's a joint, it pops in, you flip a lever, the neck's on. So if you want to go traveling or change the neck on the guitar, this whole nut system pops off, okay? So the strings stay on the bridge, you change the neck, then you pull this piece back up, you clip it in here and flip a lever. You just change the neck on your guitar. You can change the headstock. The headstock bolts on it, or you can do a headless, so you don't have to put the headstock on it. It's cool. It's just a lot of moving parts. I don't know if you guys don't know about the system yet. Go over to Discord, click on the link, watch the videos. I thought it was interesting. It's more like an infomercial than a video on it. It's just a lot of moving parts. And unless it's something you wanted to build as a novelty thing to go, wow, this is cool, I just don't see it being something that we're going to see. And I don't see it catching on, if that makes sense. It's pretty complicated. It's complicated. And now you got to think of how many people claim to be techs out there. Now you've introduced all this engineering and you've overcomplicated this. That is definitely something that is going to require you to make all the fine tuning. You're going to have to learn it because no one's going to be able to set that up for you. If you brought it to me, I would look right at you and say, I'm going to learn right along with you. I'm sure I can figure it out, but I know nothing about it. So if you want to leave it here, we'll tinker with it and we can learn together. I just don't see it being a big thing, if that makes sense. It's going to be expensive. If Kurt knows how much the asking price is on that, you can put it in the chat. But I guarantee you that's stupid expensive. So, okay, let's move on to the next thing that we had in Discord. They were going over, what is it? The tone secret, the basically the 50s wiring. Okay, and if you look at today's wiring, the way we do things now, let's go to this. So they were talking about the tone secret. Now this is topics for Discord. So if you have a topic, you can go to Discord. You can post in here, and we can talk about it. They always ran the capacitor between the tone and the volume. Now we just ground the other side of it. Do I like it? I have a Nashville Stratocaster, and when I do the upgrades on the wiring on that guitar, I am most likely going to do that type of wiring on it. Because as you change the tone, it changes the effect of the volume and vice versa. It has a certain quality to it. Is one better than the other? I don't think one's better than the other. It's up and it's kind of like what you want, you know. If you want something that's more predictable, when you roll the tone back, it's the tone and it doesn't affect the volume, or you roll your volume back and you don't want it to affect the tone, stick with modern wiring. But if you like the quirks that type wiring gives you, because our modern wiring will not give you some of those sounds and some of the ability to roll off the gain, it works different. If you want that, that's the way you got to do it. That's the old school way. That's why I'm thinking about doing my Nashville Telly that way. It would be fitting for that guitar. The Nashville's wired the modern way, but I think I may do the 50s wiring on that guitar as well. Guys, you know, just remember, if you like it, that's what it's about. There's 50,000 different guitar manufacturers out there, 50,000 different pickups, different caps, different fret material, different bridges, different tuners. You know, once you develop a feel for what you like, then you know. But don't do like I did. I spent 20 some years playing, and I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it. I played the exact same 3 guitars for 25 years. And I missed out on a lot. I really did. I found that the guitar that I laughed at the most, the Telecaster, I find that I really like Telecasters now. It's a utilitarian monster. And if you don't like Telecasters, that's cool. I know you all were just talking about the male appendage that the headstock is. That's that's pretty funny.
That's okay. So is my case now.
I like them. But if you would have asked me 6 years ago, I would have laughed at you and I would have said, what the hell do I want a Telecaster for? So don't throw rocks at things. Pick it up, play it. And just because you don't like it, don't think that you never have to go back and revisit it. You know, give yourself a couple years, go back and revisit it. Or play a Tele with dual humbuckers, you know, like John 5 does. I've got an FMT. It's a Les Paul killer. I love my FMT more than a Les Paul. That's why I sold my Les Paul. I got an FMT, and it weighs a little more than 3 pounds lighter than my Les Paul did. There you go. And I think it sounds better than my Les Paul did. So, that's an opinion. My Les Paul had Epiphone Gibson pickups. It was actually Gibson pickups in that one. This one has Seymour Duncan Pearly Gates and the Fender Telecaster. And they're both set necks. So the Telecaster FMT is a set neck, dual humbuckers. It's got the exact same resonance, exact same sound. I just like the way it feels. The guitar's lighter. I get all the Les Paul sounds and goodness with less weight. So don't throw rocks like Jaguars. I look at a Jaguar and I'm kind of like, eh. And Linnell hates the big tail pieces on the Jaguars. You know, that's her right now. In 10 years, she might be all about Jaguars. And she'll go, I love the big tailpiece.
No, never. That.
Just saying. Just like this Schecter right here. The Schecter was gotten because I ordered a PWM 20 and it didn't work out. I wasn't looking at this model. You know, when the salesman said something to me about it, I was kind of like, wow, that looks really interesting. Because I had a Sun Valley Super Shredder with a Sustainiac, and I was like, wow. But it had a Floyd Rose Special on it. The one I bought was the last model run before they went to the FR1000. Sweetwater didn't tell me. So when I went up there, they were closing out that production run because the new ones had the 1000 bridge. So they give me like $200 and some off on that guitar. And I'm like, wow, what a smoking deal. I thought it had the 1000. And I did the review and someone pointed out in the review, I can see right there, it says special. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing's got a special. And I had just bought it. So I assumed it had the... So this guitar has the stainless steel bridge, 1500. And it's neck through, and it's stupid. It's a stupid playing guitar. I love the guitar. But I didn't go on Sweetwater going, well, I want a Schecter neck through. That's not the guitar I was looking for. It just so happened it fell in my lap, and I got a good price on it. I got the guitar for $1,500, which I thought even at the time was a smoking deal. And it's a great guitar, but I wouldn't have bought it. I wouldn't have got on the site and looked for this guitar, if that makes sense. There's certain guitars I get on, like I always go and look at the Sire Les Paul with P90s on it. I think I really want one since I missed the limited edition Epiphone with P90s. I think I found out what was going on with that. They made 100 of those guitars. And I had the opportunity to buy one, and I didn't, because I didn't realize it was a limited production run. It was a Joe Bonamassa Signature Series Epiphone Les Paul in wine, dark wine, with cream P90s. Gibson. They put the Gibson P90s in it. I didn't know. The guitar was $849. I should have bought that guitar. That would have instantly cured my Gibson, P90 fit, because it was an expired by Signature Series Joe Bonamassa. So I am looking on Reverb for one. So if one comes up, I'm sure it'll be like when they do concert tickets. I'm sure someone bought them and now they're going to try to sell them for $2,000 after a year. We'll just have to see. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, like the Alex license, the first Epiphone one goes for stupid money. The second and third production runs go for no money. They did away with the piezo saddles on it, and the first Epiphone was just like the Gibson one. They changed it on the second production run, like mine, and now they've done a third production run, made some changes. So the resale on those are not like the first Epiphone Alex license Les Pauls. They go for $2,000. The one like I had, in mint condition, you can find them on Reverb all day long for $850, $900. So before you purchase it new, maybe get on Reverb and look for the Epiphone Alex license. You can get one much cheaper than the $1,300 asking price now. When I bought mine, it was $1,099, and that came with the case. So it does come with the nice hard shell case. So you know, guys, you guys gotta kind of go out and do your own thing. I like budget guitars. I've got a guitar right here. It's not, I'm going to say it's a little above a budget guitar. It's the Ibanez RGA. And I've ordered some parts for it. And that's our next topic. I think it was what JR posted in Discord, modifying. Wasn't that what it was, hon?
Yeah, I think so.
Modifying guitars. I love to modify guitars, but here's the caveat. Whatever the guitar is in its stock form, that's what the guitar is worth. It doesn't matter what you put in it. So when you modify an instrument, like Devastator just modified this guitar, when he goes to sell it, it doesn't matter that he put basically $300 in parts in it. It's going to be half of the map price of the stock guitar. Maybe a little more. Maybe he might get 2/3. So what I tell people is try to buy instruments that the parts will transfer over to your next project. Okay? That you can put the stock stuff back in it if you decide to sell it. Okay? Because you're not going to get really anything else out of it. Roll it over. Pickups don't go bad. They really don't. I've got some Seymour Duncan JBs that are 30-some years old. They work fine. You know, I've got one pair that's been, in and out of 2 guitars now. You just put the stocker back in, sell it, put the JB in something else. So keep that in mind. As far as modifying them, I think if you want something that is your own and you want certain specs, that's the only way of doing it, unless you go custom or spend a lot. Jackson and ESP, they have some high-spec guitars, you know, with really nice tuners, really nice bridges. You may find a production guitar that does have everything that you're looking for. You're just going to spend a lot of money for it. The drawback to taking a lesser expensive guitar, no one builds the neck on an expensive guitar and then they put cheap hardware on it and sell it at a lower price. Does that kind of make sense? The cheaper instrument has a cheaper construction as well. It may have a shiplap joint or a scarf joint, as some people call it, up here in the neck. Okay? The tenon joint may not be the same, hence Epiphone and Gibson. Some of the new Epiphones do have the long tenon joint, some don't. So it's a different in construction of those 2 guitars. Exact same thing with Fender. You know, what did Kurt say? I can't have a Fender if it doesn't have the skunk stripe. Well, on the standard model, they didn't put the skunk stripe on it. Okay? You can't get that guitar even with the maple neck and one-piece maple. If you want a Fender Tele or Strat with a one-piece maple neck where they put the truss rod in the back, you're going to have to go up a model or 2 models. I think even the Player 2, it's maple, but it's a maple fingerboard applied to it, even though it has a skunk stripe. I really think you got to get into the probably $2,000 price point on Fender before you get a solid one-piece neck.
Backwoods Billy says there's too many new guitars being manufactured and too many used guitars on the market.
Yeah, it's really crazy right now. I hate to say that. And it's a bubble, just like the cars right now. Everyone knows I bought a new van. Got a really good deal on it. It's upfitted. It's $7,000 upfit package, and basically got $20-some thousand off the asking. They can't sell them. There's vehicles sitting all over the place. Ford, Chevy, they can't sell them. Exact same thing with guitars. These manufacturers during COVID, you know, everyone cranked up their production during COVID because everyone was sitting at home, you know, and they needed a new hobby. So a lot of people took up playing guitar. Hopefully, 25% of those people stuck with it, but I don't think they did. So you still have a tremendous amount of COVID guitars that are used still for sale. And these manufacturers are still trying to crank out all these guitars. You got to think it's not just Gibson and Fender anymore. Look at how many guitar companies there are. There's a lot of guitar companies. And these companies, they need to keep the production line moving. And I think, again, this is just, I could be completely wrong. You're seeing a lot of these companies sending their stuff over to Cortex. Why? Well, I think Cortex figured it out. Cort does make some guitars, but they're not interested in making their own brand guitar. They're not. We'll build everyone else's guitar. Because if Jackson or Jet or Ibanez or Schecter or Epiphone or whoever it is goes out of business, doesn't bother them because they got all the other companies too they're making for. Where in Jackson, if they're building the product, they're like, wow, we need to scale down. We got to scale down. That means laying off people. So now they just go, you know what? We're going to make a couple one-off guitars here in the United States, and we're going to outsource everything else. And that's, I hate to say it, that's the way it's been since probably the mid-90s. That's when I started seeing my equipment that I buy started going overseas. I'm pretty fortunate. I still, most of my rack, I'm going to say 95% of my rack gear is made in the United States. The wing rack, it's made in probably China. I don't know where it's made. Indonesia, Korea, China. It's not made in the UK, and it's not made here. I can guarantee you that. It's just the way things are now. And the issue that you're going to have, and you can already see it, when it was considered a budget option, it was cheaper. But now you see PRS with their Indonesian guitar, it's $2,000. You've got LTD at $2,200. Okay? You've got that, whatever that one with the real fugly headstock. It's the ugliest headstock in the world. They just started doing an Indonesian import, and it's $2,000. So if you look at the import, times it by 3, that's your USA price. Okay? The reason Paul Reed Smith makes a USA, it's not because he's making more money. He makes less money on that USA guitar. But now, when he makes that USA guitar, you're like, oh man, I really want it. Oh, you want it? Well, it's $7,000. Or, oh, it's $6,000. And then next year he'll come out with the import, and it's 1/3 the price. So if it's a $6,000 USA guitar, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to come in right around $2,000. Indonesian. So on the Indonesian, he's not doing 50%. He's doing more yield than that. So that guitar is probably costing him $900, $1,000 max. I'm saying max. It's probably $850. I'm guessing. I don't manufacture guitars, but I manufacture other things, and I know the variance in the price point on import balusters. Yeah, a USA baluster is about $2.10 for a cheap 5015. Okay? I can get an Indonesian baluster for 52 cents. Is it the same quality? Absolutely not. It's finger jointed and it's trash, but it's 52 cents. So when you're doing townhouses, the builder doesn't care. It looks the same. It's only got a 1-year warranty. They don't care that you have a 30-year mortgage. Guess what you're getting? You're getting that 50-cent import Chinese crap baluster. That's what you're getting. Looks great, but it's trash. You look down at your floor. Looks like wood, doesn't it? It's not wood. It's plywood. Most hardwood flooring now is 1/2-inch plywood with a 1/4 inch of real wood on top. And they now claim that it's so stable. It's so much stable than regular hardwood. No, it's cheaper, and if it gets wet, it comes apart. Everything has gotten that way. Look at some what's it that one guitar? It's made out of MDF. I forget what that guitar. Dan Electro. That guitar is paper. It's a paper guitar. They've always been paper. So before you buy a Dan Electro, make sure you understand it's a paper guitar. If it gets wet, it's going to self-destruct. It's made of paper. It's probably made out of recycled toilet paper. Lord only knows what they're using. Paper products and MDF is all waste. At the shop, our dust collector gathers the dust, and then you have chips. So dust and the chip material from the conveyor belt usually goes to make OSB products. It's Oriental strand board. The dust, okay, from the cyclone separator will usually go to make particle board. When that stuff is manufactured, it's already a subproduct. The dust from manufacturing and cutting those sheet goods, particle board and OSB, is then turned and put in water, and it's a byproduct of a byproduct to make MDF. It's the cheapest of cheap of cheap. That's what Dan Electro uses for their bodies and stuff. It's paper. So everything works that way. And that's why these companies like Jackson, they make a $6,000 or $7,000 guitar, because they want you to buy that import. They make more money on that import. They can make enough money on the import to where they can lose a little bit in the USA manufacturing, and they don't care, because they still have to make that high-end guitar to justify the import price. And at some point, once we acclimate to the new import price, I don't even think a lot of these companies are going to worry about it. Cortex has gotten so good. Why? They know how to make a guitar. Cortex is better at making guitars than most guitar companies. That's why they make so many guitars. If you tell them to make you the stupidest, best guitar possible, they can do it. You just got to pay them, and then you have to make a profit on it. They're capable of it. So who's to say in a couple years Jackson just doesn't go, you know what, it's only going to be one-off orders made in the United States. Our custom shop is going to Indonesia, just like Paul Reed Smith did. It's a 50-50 thing. The S2s, it's a 50-50 thing. Part made here, part made there. That's now. What about in 10 years? I think that's something we need to really think about, guys. That's why I was saying, if you want a USA-made guitar and you're into rock and roll, I would suggest you buy a Jackson Virtuoso pretty quickly. That guitar will not stay at that price point. Or Jackson's going to discontinue it, or the quality's going to go down. Because the quality of that guitar is stupid at that price point, and it's USA made. And I know some of you right now say, well, I don't care where it's made. You know, there's still a side of me that likes to support USA made products. I want a Virtuoso. I have a lot of USA made guitars, and you can call it a chip, call it whatever you want to call it, but I'm proud to say I have some USA made instruments. I bought them new. I got some PVs. I got a Kramer that's USA made. We're not going to go there with Kramer. Everyone said they were USA, but we know it was ESP and some other companies. It was assembled in the United States. So,
Which Jackson?
I want a Virtuoso. I really want a bolt-on Virtuoso. I don't really care. I want the red. The red would be cool. If I don't get the red bolt-on, you know, I don't even think I want the neck through, because the Schecter is so nice. I don't need another neck through. I've got that one, and I'm sure the Jackson is just a kick butt neck through guitar too. But I think I just want a really good kick butt bolt-on guitar, bolt-on neck guitar. And that Virtuoso just, it had Seymour Duncan pickups, the 1500 bridge on it, the really nice Godo tuners on it. It was just a solid guitar. Just go back and watch the review that we did on it. It's under live. It's a solid guitar. And I know I can reach out to like ProStar Audio or some of these other companies. I think the map price on that guitar is $2,099. I guarantee you if I reached out to them, I could probably get that guitar for $1,950. I'm guessing. You can get some of the other colors as cheap as $18, $17.99. But for whatever reason, the red goes for a little extra money. That's probably the cheapest, really nice American guitar that you're going to find. And I know what people are going to say. Well, I can get a Kiesel for $1,800. If you find one on their pre-built list and it has everything that you want, yes, you could technically get a Kiesel for $1,800. You're not getting a Kiesel for $2,100 with a Floyd Rose bridge, period. I've never even seen one on the, we've already built it, we're just trying to sell it. The cheapest I've seen on there is $2,300 for, I think it's the Aries with the Floyd Rose. That's the cheapest I've ever seen. And I'm not saying the guitar's not worth it. It's a great guitar. I'm saying if you want an American-made guitar that is very nice at the cheapest possible price point, the Virtuoso is where it's at. Is the Kiesel any better? I doubt it. I doubt the Kiesel's any better. I really do. Because at that price point, you're not getting what Kiesel's known for anyway, which is the real fancy tops or the fancy finishes that really smack you and say, wow, this is not a guitar, this is a wild piece of furniture. You're not getting that at $2,200. And that's, when I think Kiesel, I think of all their grade 5 tops with the wild flame or the wild quilt. They've got some stupid grade tops at Kiesel. Probably some of the prettiest tops in a production company I've ever seen. I mean, go look at a $10,000 Gibson. The tops on those Gibsons don't look near as nice as what you can get on a Kiesel for $4,000. I mean, they're just, he's getting stupid grade tops. Not taking that away from him whatsoever. For me, that would be a guitar that I would hang on the wall and just kind of admire. I don't think I could play one of those fancy Kiesels. It's too damn pretty, if that makes sense.
Jupe said Kiesel's doing a run right now for $1,400 base price.
Yeah, but that's definitely not with a Floyd Rose. That's my point. If you want a Floyd Rose, the cheapest one is the Virtuoso. I think I posted one the other week. What was it? Was it $1,750? Brand new one. We posted it in the morning. We found it.
Yeah.
I think it was $1,750. Bolt on, 24 fret, 1,500 bridge, Seymour Duncan pickups, American made, Godo, high-end Godo tuners. That's a stupid deal. But everyone's different. That might not be your jam and jelly, if that makes sense. For me, I like Super Strats, so it's a great guitar. I like the Jackson that we have over here. That's an import, made in Indonesia, painted in China. For whatever reason, the crackle finishes are painted in China, but it was milled and manufactured in Indonesia. Great playing guitar. I love it. But I like my Schecter just a little more. It's a little smoother playing, but the Jackson has more bite. So again, it's what you're trying to make it do. And I didn't realize how many differences there were in guitars until I started having a lot of guitars around me. When I play this, okay, it's not as bitey as the Jackson. So this one plays very similar as far as the feel and the bite as the Schecter. But her crackle has a little bit more dig in. You can dig into the notes a little more. The Jackson and the Ibanez are very similar. The Ibanez gem she has a similar feel, similar bite. The Jackson is just a far superior made instrument than the Gem Junior. You're paying more for it. I expect the fit, the finish, the pickups, the hardware. It needs to be better. It is better. But they have a similar feel, if that makes sense. My Vandenberg has a very played-in feel. Why? It's played in. The RGA, it's more bitey. It's less smooth. It's a bitier feel. I'd say a good comfortable medium is Linnell's ML1 Pro for Chapman. That guitar kind of sits somewhere in between. It's smooth, but yet it's bitey. And I haven't quite been able to get my finger on how, if it's the cut on the fret or if it's the hybrid string that guitar is using. But I like it. But it's a fixed tail. Everything else, I really like that guitar. Again, if you put a tremolo on it, it may lose the feel that it has. It may be because of that hip shot bridge. Well, I'm sure part of that is the hip shot bridge. What I'm saying is it has a certain feel because of the way it's constructed. I would want that feel in my ideal guitar with a tremolo. Is that possible? I haven't played one yet. Not that has a smooth but bitey, but yet it's kind of like everything all kind of jammed in one container, if that makes sense. If you guys know of one of those instruments, let me know. Post it down below, and I'll see if I can go play one. Maybe we can get a review on one. I'm really trying to cover my bases, and that's the whole point in this. You know, what do you guys want to see? Is there a particular guitar that I can reach out to a different company and kind of pick up that you guys want to see? We're coming up on a new year. I do want to do a couple budget guitars this year, guys. We did a lot of high-end guitars this past year, and we've done a couple budget guitars this year already. But I want to touch base on a couple more budget guitar companies, and I really want to concentrate $300 to $500. I think that's a sweet spot because it's still technically a budget guitar, but it should have a little bit better hardware versus the Amazon guitars, if that makes sense. I think that's where I want to go. I still want to get some Amazon guitars, but I think we want to look at like this Gretsch. The $300, $400 guitar, something that we don't have to necessarily upgrade pickups on, and see what's out there. And then, again, my sweet spot, I think, is 800. I really do think that you can get pretty much anything that you want for $800 as long as it's an import. Wow, you guys are pretty chatty tonight. And I see we got 32 people in here. Please go down, hit the thumbs up, consider subscribing. We do a live show every Thursday. We normally review guitars. We didn't have a guitar to review tonight, so I did a demonstration on this Iceman. If you want to hear that, please go watch the review on the Iceman, then come back and start the stream over, and we do a test on this with the new pickups and some changes that we made on the guitar. So always trying to get you guys to go back if you missed. You know, YouTube doesn't push it once it's been posted, so it really depends on you guys to go back and watch all the content, if that makes sense.
Beretta Vandy said, speaking of budget guitars, which budget LP has the thinnest neck? Not a fan of baseball bat necks.
A Les Paul. I'm going to be honest with you. We did a review just a couple months ago. A Birdman sent us a guitar from West Creek. And believe it or not, I thought that West Creek Les Paul was a phenomenal guitar. And it was under, I think he said it was like $180, something like that. The guitar did not sound bad. It played nice. I liked it. I don't think you're going to be hard pressed to find a Les Paul that's going to play better and sound as good as that West Creek did. Go back, like I said, go to the main channel, go under live, and it's a West Creek Les Paul. Other than that one, if you want to stay in a budget Les Paul, check out the Gretsch. If you guys don't know, we're giving a Gretsch away for free. Yes, free. You just have to be publicly subscribed to the channel, and you have to go over to Discord and say, I want in on the guitar giveaway. So this guitar right here is $319. So if you have $319, I think this is a no-brainer budget guitar. It's good pickups, fretwork's good on it, it plays good, it's got good tuners. Look at that's what I like. I like the fretboard material. See how dark that is? I like it. It's different. It's got binding on the front, and they got different colors. But this guitar is $319. So if you buy a Firefly and you got to put tuners on it and change the pickups, you're well past this. This guitar is fine right out of the box. Nothing wrong with it. Actually, let's plug it in. I turned off the tube amp, so we're going to plug it into the modeling amp. Now I got to locate my pick. We are in the stupid gain channel. And I've got it tuned to a weird tuning. Give me a second, guys. It's a rocking machine. This guitar is stupid for $319. It's a heck of a playing guitar. Lost my cadence. Isn't that awful? But it's a good playing guitar, guys. So if you want to enter to win the guitar, you got to be publicly subscribed to this channel. Then go over to Discord, go into the opt-in guitar room and say, yes, please enter me in to win the Gretsch. And if your name on Discord is different than your name here on YouTube, please, please, please put your YouTube handle in the Discord so we know who you are on YouTube. That way, Devastator can verify that you are publicly subscribed to the channel. And there is a difference. Publicly subscribed means I can see that you're subscribed. Just hitting the subscribe button doesn't necessarily do it. You have to go into your settings and make sure it's set to publicly subscribed. That's the only way we can verify that you're subscribed. And I don't think that's asking for anything much, because there are no memberships on this channel. Everything's free. There's no tiers. There's no anything. If you want to support the channel, you can give a super chat or go back and look at some of our other reviews down below. There's usually an affiliate link for something. So you can get an affiliate link from Amazon, Guitar Center, or Sweetwater, or AMS. So if you buy something, I do get a little kickback, not from Guitar Center or Sweetwater, but from YouTube. YouTube is the true affiliate, if that makes sense. It's got a great breakup. I like the breakup of the guitar. It's mean. It's got a mean sound. I love the G. It's a badass guitar. Excuse my French. But it's a playing guitar. And that's why I picked it up. Everyone was really liking the guitar during the review, thought it sounded good, good price point. So I picked it up. And again, I have to thank Shenandoah Music for giving us a little break on the guitar so I could purchase it to do a giveaway. So, like I said, all you have to be is publicly subscribed, go over to Discord, enter in, and you're in to win a beautiful Gretsch. Are we missing anything, honey?
I don't think so.
Okay. I saw Kirschman come in earlier. Hopefully he's still there. I don't think his YouTube handle still says Kirschman anymore, but I want to welcome him. I haven't seen him for a while. So it's good to see that he's in here. I forget what, a lot of people had their handles changed a couple months ago. It seemed like, yeah, I think it's David now, David Yamaski. I'm pretty sure that's Kirschman, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Yeah, if Searching for Tone's still in here, if you guys don't know his channel, please go over and check out his channel as well. We've done some collab stuff in the past. He's the only channel on YouTube that has reached out to me. So Brian has a special place in my heart for being the first channel to reach out to our channel to work with me on something. So hopefully all that worked out well, and Brian will think about me in the future for another project. And any other channel. If you got a YouTube channel or know someone that has a YouTube channel and they want to work together on a project, tell them about me. I would love to do a project with another channel. Get this channel a little bit more exposure with a new group of people. I think people coming in and adding their point of view, I think it adds diversity, and it allows us to hear a new perspective, if that makes sense. And I don't think this group here, we don't have to agree. That's the beauty of it. I don't always agree with Kirk. Kirk doesn't always agree with me. I don't always agree with Devastator. I don't always agree with Billy or Mikey or Brian at Searching for Tone or whoever or Jupe. Everyone has an opinion, and I want that opinion to come out because that's what kind of keeps us, oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe I should try that, or maybe I should try this. And I am learning just like everybody else, and I want to grow, one, as a musician, and two, I want to get better at getting a better sound or better recording or learning more about my wing rack. There are so many things to do when you're doing a live stream. It's not just playing guitar or being able to talk. It's keeping everything under control and working properly. And if you guys know this channel, there's train wrecks all the time because I hit the wrong button or this or that. I am getting better, but I think in a lot of ways it makes the channel more real when I do screw up. But I like what we got going on here, guys. Like I said, please go down, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, please go down, hit subscribe. You didn't have to subscribe to chat, but I'm asking you for your subscription. Please go down, and we're trying to grow the channel. Like I said, if you know another channel, I have reached out to some other people, and I've heard back from one or two, and just really nothing's really materializing. So I'm not sure what's going on. I know everyone's views are down right now. I've spoke to two other channels, and everyone's kind of saying view count's down. And when a video flops, it really flops. There doesn't seem to be an in-between. It either does pretty good or it just falls flat on its face. So I did do a plug out for Guitar Universe. If you guys don't know those guys, go over, give that channel a watch. I think they're pretty cool cats over there playing the backing tracks. It's those guys learning how to play in different key structures. And I think that's something us as guitar players need to do. We need to practice. And not just practice in what we feel comfortable with doing, but practice in things we don't feel comfortable doing so we can grow. Okay, guys, I think we're going to end the stream. We've been on for a little over 2 hours. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Hopefully everyone liked the demonstration on the Iceman that Devastator's building. I do have another guitar downstairs that we're going to be demonstrating hopefully next Thursday. So, good. Oh, Mad Hatter sent me see, Mad Hatter did at Music and Gear. So I see there's a big orange tag. It hits me in the face. Just signed up for the Discord Gretsch. Cool, man. That's all you got to do, Mad. That's all you got to do. Malachi, you're good. You're golden. And I saw the post because he put at music, and on my side it shows up bright orange, so it really lets me know someone's trying to get my attention. You can also do question marks. Now Blue Mox is in here. Dude, please put a link to that channel that you work with. I know you guys are all working together. I think it's really cool. If you want to watch Blue Mox play and do some lead work, he's a heck of a guitar player. Maybe you could, I'm pretty sure it's the Guitar Universe, is the name of the channel. It's really cool. You can put a face with the name, and that's what I like. Like Brian, I can put a face with the name, Searching for Tone. I don't just see the avatar now, I see his face, if that makes sense. Devastator, I see his face. Kurt, Malachi, I know what he looks like. I see his face. So that's kind of like the community, if that makes sense.
Blue Mark said, is that a bolt-on?
Which one?
I think the Gretsch.
The Gretsch is a bolt-on. Yes, it is a bolt-on guitar neck. It's a great guitar, man. I mean, it plays way above its weight. It really does. And keep in mind, too, guys, every guitar is different. So I did pick up a Gretsch bass down at the store, and it had fret sprout like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it was bad fret sprout. So, again, if you guys want to buy one, I know you just entered in, give Shenandoah Music a call. And if you buy one, just say, hey, guys, I'm having faith that y'all are going to send me a good one. Before you send this guitar out, could you please have Brian look over it? They're not going to charge you, but Brian will put his hands on that guitar, and if it has fret sprout or anything obvious, okay, that makes the guitar not play right, he will correct it before that guitar leaves the store. And if you don't know, Brian, he's the only person that I will allow work on my instruments. So I bought a Fender FMT off of him, and I just went up and said, I want the guitar set up with these strings on it, this action height, and I want it right. And they said, can't you do that? I'm like, yeah, I can, but I want to purchase this guitar and not take it home and take it apart. I don't want to do anything to it. When I come and pick it up, I want a nice case. I want a professional setup. I want my strings on it. They gave me a price. I said, done deal. And everyone laughs at me for that. But I just wanted not to mess with the guitar. I wanted to buy a guitar, and when I went to pick it up, I knew it was right. Period. And like I said, Brian set that guitar up for me. He does good work. So reach out to him. Another free plug to those guys. Like I said, I couldn't review. We've done a lot of guitars from them. So I'm going to give them plugs for that reason. And I know most of you guys don't live anywhere near here, but hopefully in the future, someone else will watch the video and go, hey, I'm down the street. So hopefully it will get them some business. All right, guys, we're going to do our 5-minute ending window. That allows you guys to end up your conversations and all that neat stuff. I still think we're the only channel that does it, so that's something we're going to continue to do. Again, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys. I don't know if we're going to stream tomorrow night or not, but we'll definitely do 3 streams this week. So it'll either be tomorrow night and Saturday or Saturday, Sunday. So if someone has something new that they want to do, or someone wants to come on and join the stream through Discord, reach out to me and we'll make it happen. All right, guys, thanks again so much. I couldn't do it without you guys. You guys are really what makes the stream work. It's not me, it's you guys in the chat. All right, guys, thanks so much. And here's our ending window, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night or Saturday night. Thanks.